Then we were taken in twos and threes by a Polish guard who had been a POW and who was now attached to the camp security staff.
Die damals keine Kriegsgefangenen mehr waren, sondern Wachpersonal.
And we have the job of loading the bodies that were lying about onto trucks.
Also den Seiten der beigeordnet. Und wir hatten dann die Aufgabe, die Leichen, die dort gelegen waren, auf Lastwagen zu verladen.
And to help the sick who had infectious diseases like dysentery, typhus and similar things and wash them. It was revolting work.
Also eine scheußliche Arbeit.
And what I'll never forget is the fact that children had been locked up in this concentration camp too.
Auch Kinder eingesperrt waren.
And I consider to have been absolutely right that the Americans forced us to see what it was like.
Dazu gezwungen haben und das mal anzuschauen.
That's why my attitude nowadays, whenever I come across people who doubt the figures of 5 or 6 million dead, or somehow question or want to weigh them up against the numbers of German soldiers who died in the war, or
dass sie die irgendwie anzweifeln.
If they say that 2 million Germans died after the end of the war, my only reply to them can be, even if it had only been the 8 children that I saw, it's the most shameful thing there has ever been.
Auch wenn es nur 8 Kinder gewesen wären, das ist die größte Schande, die es jemals gegeben hat.
We will return to history of the SS.
War, German soldiers, sailors and airmen began to be demobilized, but SS men were held in special camps. As far as the Americans were concerned was Eicher's model camp at Dachau. Here the Americans collected 32,000 SS men, amongst them Sepp Dietrich, Hitler's oldest bodyguard and founder of Adolf Hitler's bodyguard regiment. But the German police, responsible for carrying out many of the crimes attributed to the SS, was immediately put to work maintaining law and order in war-torn Germany. Few of these policemen were ever tried for war crimes. In addition to the trial of major Nazi war criminals in Nuremberg, the British and Americans held a number of trials of concentration camp staff, Gestapo officials, and members of the Waffen-SS. A total of 1,500 were tried. 420 were sentenced to death, 29 were reprieved. The last executions were carried out in June 1951. In all these trials, the language, procedure, and sentence SS men pleaded that they had only carried out criminal orders because if they had refused to do so, they might themselves have been executed.
Wir haben hier bei unserer Dienststelle alle Fälle, die bekannt geworden sind, in denen ein Beschuldigter behauptet.
In our department, we have examined all the known cases in which the accused claim to have acted under orders. And we have found that since the Nuremberg trials, since 1946, the defense lawyers have been trying to find just one case in which someone was killed for refusing to carry out an illegal order.
Ein anderer Fall, auch berichtet worden im Treblinka-Prozess.
Another case which was reported at the Treblinka trial relates to an action squad. An SS and police unit which included reservists got the order one morning to move out and shoot women and children in a neighboring village. In this unit there was a policeman, a reservist policeman who had been a clerk in Frankfurt and had been called up. When this man heard the order, he stepped forward and said, "I'm not putting my hand to this, it's a crime, I'm not going to do it."